But today we'll talk about MISUMI. So Andreas will tell us a little bit more about MISUMI, because some of us might not know the company, and we'll also learn about what Andreas does at MISUMI. We talked with each other a couple of weeks ago in person, and I was really intrigued by what MISUMI does with our software. And we also talked with each other and accompanied the project of MISUMI with a Semantics. And today we will touch on a couple of issues. We'll see some examples. We'll learn more about MISUMI. Andreas, please feel free to tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us a little bit about MISUMI. And of course, tell us a little bit what MISUMI does in conjunction with Semantics. Yeah, I'm Andreas Serra. I'm a dad and I live close to Frankfurt. I am an engineer, and for approximately 5 years I've been working at MISUMI. I've started in the automotive industry, and I also was really successful in my profession, and in the course of the digitization, I focused more on data in general and on our online shop. Because during COVID-19, we saw the necessity to work on our online shop and to get more online customers instead of focusing on key accounting. MISUMI, we are a retailer and distributor of mechanical components, and we have 16 shops all over the world online, and we offer 15 different languages. MISUMI or Europe was founded in 2003, and our products are available in German, English, French, and Italian. And we're planning on adding new languages such as Portuguese and Spanish, for instance. And we also want to focus more on the eastern regions. For instance, we have some customers in Hungary. Currently, we have 1,000 series online. A series is a collection of a product that has 4 variants that you can configure: length, diameter, and so on. So we have 20 million products in total in our shop, and of course, these products have to be accompanied in 4 different languages. And we have also 1,500 deliverers and parts suppliers, because our third parties also offer their products on our portfolio, and they also have different products with different details and information, and we are trying to sell the products on our marketplace here of our third parties and try to have a unanimous approach, a homogeneous approach. We try to work on our search function, and we also want to be successful on Google to offer the right context there. And at the same time, we also want to make sure that enough information is available for our customers, the product documentation, for instance, for the purchasing process as well. And this is what is important for us in our daily business. All right, yeah. So last year, we took a decision. We launched an internal project to render our individual series, to render the configuration of our series more visible. So there are different configuration options, and we wanted to make these configuration options tangible for our customers. On the different product description pages, it was difficult to understand what are the differences between the different products. In the short descriptions, we described core features of the product, and we highlighted the key features to see, for instance, that certain products have these features and some shafts have those features. So then we came across Semantics, Semantics is working in this very issue. They automate processes that are vital for us and that allows us to have scalable approaches which we need in this respect. So this really facilitated our project and our work in general. And what we can see is that Semantics was truly useful for our endeavors. Yeah, that's great to hear. 20 million components or products and 15 languages. This is really astonishing. You said that you have your data in an Excel sheet, right? So then you must have umpteenth of Excel tables, right? Yeah, so we adapted our approach insofar that we did not have too much information in one Excel sheet, but yeah, Excel is still really good to edit information and to work on data and to store it. Yes, I see why. So we would like to see your website. Would you be so kind to share your screen and to show us your website? We'd like to see some products and to get a better flavor of what you were just telling us about your product descriptions. All right, let's start at the top. We see this website here. This is our in-house project. This is one of our bestseller categories. This is about linear shafts. We started here. And this is the text, the short description, which we developed here internally. And together with you, we launched the first project in the field of screws. We had 70 products that we focused on internally, and with you, we focused on 4,000 products. So we used the same logic and the same rules, and those texts are here. You can see them here. What is striking is that some information is not highlighted in bold, but this is due to the fact that our development team in the front-end department is still working on it, so that everything that we did internally is updated to the status of the projects with Semantics. So, Andreas, so the bold font where you highlighted the important features, this bold highlighting, you have a marker in the text, right? You use it to display or to present the bold font here in the shop, right? Yes, so we have product pages and categories, and on the product page, it works all right here, as you can see. So we highlighted the most important features in bold, and in the category pages, it doesn't work yet. But we are working on it. But this is the marketing department is working on it as well, and we in the marketing department are depending here on our developers a little, but we're working together on this so that we have the desired presentation soon. We are currently in the first step. We look at the core features per product group. We have certain product groups. A screw has similar features and characteristics, and we look at which attributes are needed to describe the product. And that's what we have here on our product page. This is how we harmonize the naming convention. Together with you, with Semantics, we develop statements that are also linked to SEO. So we write a little story about the core features of a product. And depending on the feature and depending on the data, the text can be shorter or longer. Yes, sure, that's clear. You cannot write pages about one screw. Sometimes you can write more, sometimes you can write less. So it really depends on the products you are looking at. That's definitely clear. It really all depends on the amount of data you have available. So what do you expect here from this? Last year you launched the project, so you came in contact with us. So what is your management team expecting from you? Are there clear directions? Do you have certain targets that you want to achieve in a certain time? Are there key figures that you have for us? Feel free to tell us more if you would like to do so. Yeah, so there are various aspects that we want to achieve. First of all, of course, we focus on Google and visibility and on SEO. So this is just a small approach, a small strategy that we are pursuing here, but it is, of course, something that helps us to increase sales. But there are loads of issues that are linked to SEO, CSRs, the visibility, and so on, and also the shopping cart value. The entire customer journey is tracked by us, and our marketing team focuses also on user experience, and we can see how the customer behaves. We have heat maps and so on, and we see that customers have a look here at these things. They move the cursor to certain aspect, and we see what they are focusing on. So we see what's really important for them. We see the filter categories and so on. And we analyze the information. If you focus here on stainless materials, then you get certain information. Stainless steel here, for instance, if this is your filter category, you get certain results, and we analyze this behavior, and this information is vital for us to really address our customers' needs. All right, yeah, so SEO is your main focus. Are you indexing all of your 20,000 product pages? No, of course not. This is not feasible. This really would exceed our capacity. So we are currently focusing on a certain amount here. We set a clear focus on the series, for instance, but for each and every product within a series that you can configure, we have product-specific pages that are indexed. And then we have a potential other project that we conduct with you, the configured products. Maybe I can see one here. Maybe I can show you one. So this is the name of the series, and this product is the configured product that you can order. And we have the product name and the product code here that is added automatically. And we want to move away from superficial statements. We want to have a clear concept here. We have core attributes here that should be displayed in the name of the product. So if you have it in your shopping cart, you should see at a glance that it is a certain product with certain features. This is valuable information for the customer and more valuable than just a marketing name. It's also important whether they have the finished product or just a product from a series. So this information is valuable for our customer. We want to present it to them in this heading. So data is what we need in our product description and product namings. And if you do this, you have loads of opportunities. And do you have feedback from customers already? Do you have individual feedback? Have you received feedback from your management or also from the SEO area, from your colleagues from the marketing department maybe? Yes. So the UX team and the SEO colleagues are really upbeat about this. We haven't yet received any customer feedback. We have specialists for this, and the UX team would have taken action if we did something wrong. But so far, we haven't received any feedback. So, of course, we talked about a lot of things in advance. So we see that everyone is content at this stage. So if there's no negative feedback, we see this as a praise, right? Yes. This is also a Swabian strategy that we know. As for data processing, how did you approach this issue? 20 million parts, this is a lot. We definitely need to have structured data, especially as for quality, as for normalization and general categorization. What was your approach there? In general, our quality is based on the work of individual people. We don't have an automated flow yet, an automated workflow to deal with this huge amount of data. Of course, there are loads of variance here when entering data. This is also due to the different suppliers that we have here on our platform. So we don't have this yet. And right now, we are still dealing and processing data manually. So we look at the attributes here. There are many attributes per product, sometimes even more than you see here. So the potential is enormous. And we structure the data in a way that we decided internally. And as long as we do this manually, this is still prone to errors, of course, because sometimes certain parameters here should be mentioned first. Here, the length, for instance. We always have a product description and a product name, and this is what should be in the front. So we don't want to describe the product. We want to have distinct information that is handy for our customers. So right at the moment, we have too much information, too much data to just automate our processes. Yeah, of course, data in general, this poses huge challenges for many stakeholders. So just the mere number of products that you're dealing with, this, of course, 20 millions, this is, of course, a huge hurdle that you definitely have to overcome. Yeah, you're definitely an outlier to the top here. Before we talk about another issue, we'd like to ask our customers, our audience, if you have questions. Have you questions on Andreas? Feel free to fire away. I have a question here at this point, Andreas. You said that you wanted to add languages. You are getting to know our product right now. So what are the next 1 or 2 topics that are interesting for you? Where do you see opportunities or chances to speed up things? And how do you think that AX Semantics can be helpful for you in this respect? Individualization of product names. This is definitely key. And we are starting to work with AX Semantics here. We are currently brainstorming. We are in a brainstorming stage. And there we talk about 20 million names. And then data cleansing is another hot topic where we want to work together with you, with AX Semantics, but unfortunately we are just at an early stage here because we have to find out how we want to proceed and how we want to start addressing this issue together with you. But of course, we can, there's no limit here. On these product pages here, you see that you could add more information or that you could individualize this content more. And we hope that we suddenly reach at some point reach a tipping point where we have one strategy that we can use for many of our products. And at the end, we also want to establish a certain amount of flexibility, because with the data that we have, that we can react to certain market trends swiftly. And small texts are really handy. We can use them, and we can also extend them and to react to market trends and certain impetus that comes from the market. So we think that we are at a really good stage right now, but of course there is a huge opportunity for us. Yeah, processing data with us is definitely an opportunity. Yes, you can do this with our tool. You said earlier on that there's many opportunities. Yeah, last week we showed that we can link our product with GPT, and that we have a connection here. And we presented this last week in our meetup. In the chat, you can see the link to this meetup. Please feel free to have a look at it and to see what we've done with GPT. Are there any other questions from the audience? I'll have another look in the chat. No, there are no further questions. Yeah, I have a question, if I may. Yes, of course. I'd like to know how big the team is who is working on the product information and on the product description. What is their background? What's the general team structure? Right now, there are 4 of us who work together with you, with Semantics, and very soon we have a 5th person working on this. And as for our background, we are primarily technicians. We don't have any IT background, and we have hands-on knowledge on the products. Some of us have done some maintenance work on airplanes, for instance. So we really had the parts that we are selling in our hands. Another colleague of us worked in the street construction industry and so on. So we are a versatile team, and we like to have a very versatile team because we need this we need this versatility. So we don't only focus on clothes, on a pair of jeans and t-shirts and so on. No, we are focusing on different mechanical components such as screws and control technology and so on. So our product portfolio is enormous, and we need highly ambitious and motivated people who are willing to dive into new issues and subject matters. And this is definitely something that is what we are focusing on in our teams. Andreas, thank you so much for taking the time today. Thank you that you've joined us today. I know that you have many things to do, so we really appreciate that you came here to our meeting. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for sharing so much insights with us. Thank you also to my team and to everyone who contributed to this meetup. And thank you also to the translator for translating this meetup. See you soon. See you next time. Bye-bye.